Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. My name is Muhammad Irfan and now I'm going to start this presentation by giving a brief intro on our case study scenario. This case study discusses Tahir, a 45-year-old vehicle spare part production operator working in an automotive company in Selangor. His job involved physical demanding tasks such as prolonged sanding, frequent bending, and manual installation of vehicle components. Due to continuous strenuous work, Tahir developed a back pain which was later medically diagnosed as a slip disc after undergoing MRI scans. The condition required hospitalization, physiotherapy, and steroid injection. As a working individual with family responsibilities, Tahir's situation highlights the importance of Social Security protection and employee benefits under the Employee Social Security Act 1969. And now I'm going to pass to the next presenters to answer the case study questions.
Assalamualaikum to Sir Azwan, and I will be explaining about the question 2, which is what are the available schemes that is eligible for Tahir under the Employment Social Security Act 1969. Before that, let me be clear again. It seems that from this scenario, Tahir is sick because of his work as a mechanic operator, which means that he requires to manually insert the cars, the parts of the cars. So due to that, he suffered a slip disc, which then obviously will worsen over time if not treated. And also his quality of work will be affected. And on top of that, he also have a wife and 2 school daughters. So it means that he is the backbone of the family, and this job is very important to him based on employees Social Security Act 1969. So now, what are the available schemes to protect him? Under SOCSO, the available schemes that can be eligible for him, there are two, which is the first one is employment injury scheme. For employment injury schemes, these schemes is one of the schemes that Tahir needed because it provides a social securities for workers who suffers with injury, diseases, or disablement, whether arising out of and in the course of their work related. So the illness that is suffered from the workers develop progressively due to the nature of work. So it is very suitable with Tahir situations. And the second one would be invalidity schemes. For invalidity schemes, Tahir is also eligible because this scheme is meant for these schemes provides protection for a worker who is invalid or permanently incapable of engaging in gainful employment. So it means that whether the illness that the workers is suffering is it doesn't matter whether it is due to the work or non-work related. They will be protected either way. So to summarize, Tahir will be receiving two schemes, two social security schemes under SOCSO, which is employment injury schemes and also invalidity schemes. That's all from me. Now I will move on to the next presenter.
To answering second question, now I will talk about the first point, which is medical benefit. First, Tahir is eligible for medical benefit. Since his slip disc happened due to repetitive bending and standing at work, SOCSO will cover his medical expenses. These include treatment at penal clinics, specialist hospital, MRI scan, physiotherapy sessions, and steroid injection. This benefit helps to reduce Tahir's financial burden for medical care. Secondly is about temporary disablement benefit, also known as TDB. So Tahir qualifies for temporary disablement benefit because he was hospitalized for 2 weeks and could not work. SOCSO provides him with daily cash payment. This benefit helps to replace his income while he recovers and follow medical advice. Thirdly, permanent disablement benefit, also known as PDB. Tahir may be entitled to permanent disablement benefit if his injury causes for long-term effect. SOCSO will assess his disability level if approved. He may receive compensation in a form of monthly pension or a lump sum payment, depending on the severity of his condition. Lastly is about rehabilitation benefit, also known as return to work program. So Tahir is eligible for rehabilitation benefits through SOCSO return to work program. This program provides physiotherapy, rehabilitation, and job support. It helps Tahir to recover physically, return to work safely, either in his previous role or more like a suitable position.
First, Tahirs need to be employed under a formal contract and register with SOCSO. This means his employer must be making monthly contributions to SOCSO on his behalf. For example, as a production operator, Tahir's employer must deduct his SOCSO contribution from his salary and pay it to the Social Security Organization. Without this registration, Tahir would not be eligible for any benefits. Next, the injury must be directly related to his work. In Tahir's case, his back pain and eventual diagnosis of a slip disc were caused by the physical nature of his job, where he is required to stand and bend frequently. Since this injury occurred at work, it qualifies as a work-related injury, which makes Tahir eligible for benefits under SOCSO. If his injury was caused by an activity outside of work, he would not be able to claim these benefits. Third, medical evidence is crucial. Tahir went for an MRI scan which confirmed that he has a slip disc. This medical report, along with his doctor's recommendation for treatment like physiotherapy and steroid injection, serves as strong evidence for his claim. SOCSO requires such medical documentation to verify the severity of the injury and decide on the appropriate benefits. Without such medical proof, Tahir would not be able to claim the medical and disablement benefits. Finally, Tahir must undergo appropriate treatment and, in this case, be hospitalized. He was hospitalized for 2 weeks, which is an important factor in qualifying for benefits. SOCSO provides benefits such as temporary disablement benefits for employees who are unable to work due to their injury. Since Tahir was hospitalized, it helps confirm the seriousness of his condition and makes him eligible for financial support during his recovery period. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Daryl Junior Dev and I will be presenting question 4. So, there are 6 work hierarchy that may be relevant to Tahir. The first one is to return to the same job and same employer. So, Tahir could return to his original role as a production operator with no changes once he has fully recovered and is medically fit. The second one is to return to the same job with modifications. So Tahir resumes the same job but with adjustments such as reduced standing time, ergonomic aids, lighter duties, or shorter working hours to accommodate his back condition. And finally, return to a different job with the same employer. If he cannot perform manual installation work, Tahir may be reassigned to another suitable position within the same company, such as inspection, quality control, or clerical support. I will be passing the presentation to the next presenter.
Okay, now I'm going to continue elaborating the other types of return to work hierarchy. The fourth type is return to work with the same employer after rehabilitation or retraining. Tahir can undergo physiotherapy, vocal rehabilitation, or skills training under SOCSO's RTW program before he is being placed in a suitable role within the company. The fifth is return to work with a different employer. If his current employer cannot provide suitable work, Tahir may seek employment with another employer in a job that matches his physical capacity. The last one is self-employment or alternative work arrangement. As a last option, Tahir may engage in self-employment or flexible work that does not strain his back, supported by rehab and vocational guidance. To conclude, these hierarchies aim to ensure Tahir returns to work safely while considering his medical condition and long-term employability. And now I'm going to pass this presentation to Bella to conclude our case study.
In conclusion, Tahir's case highlights the importance of social protection, which is the social protection for workers exposed to occupational risks. Through the employment injury schemes, Tahir will not only receive an injury protection, but he will also receive medical treatment, financial support, rehabilitation assistance, and also a structured return to work plan, which is very important and vital for him to continue his career and safeguard his work placement for years. This shows that Social Security plays a vital role in protecting both employees and their families. That's all from me. Thank you.